We've gone to space in search of profit. The way we get the money is we send a drill down to the planet and mine as much as we can, and we gotta be fast because there are endless enemies coming our way. Luckily for us, we can hold the line by setting up turrets, using powerful mercenaries, and holding out for as long as is possible. This is Idun, and we're up against it. Let's see if we can survive the endless wave. You see that angry looking mouth thing? Yeah, that spits out aliens, and we gotta blow it up with a mobile nuke. And look at this, it's a 3D printer printing out soldiers. So they'll be able to destroy this rock, and then I'll be able to put a drill on it to get even more money. And this is the nuke on wheels. This is what we have to get all the way over here to the infected oak thing. So we'll build a drill, we'll start getting some money, and look at our just soldiers. This is kind of cool. So like, think about these guys as like almost like little robots with blades. We'll build a second drill right over here, and if we move our guy over here, he'll start destroying these rocks, and the more rocks we destroy, the more drills we get. The more drills we get, well, the more resources we're able to acquire, because ultimately we're working for a company that's generating money on these planets and just kind of having to deal with, you know, like all the little xenomorphic issues. But this is actually working very well. Every now and then an orb falls down, and it's basically the roguelike choice. What do we want to do? Now, right now, since we're printing out troops, I think a kill bounty makes sense. We collect more resources for every enemy killed. We don't necessarily need towers per se. Now, man, these guys are not good at killing these rocks fast. In fact, they're incredibly slow. So we'll send our heroes in here, and it looks like our soldiers got completely destroyed over here. But an orb just fell, and this time we're gonna choose between the various turrets, which we're gonna need because look at all these enemies right here. Let's get a shotgun turret. We're gonna drop it right down there. It kills the ones on its kinetic blast of making landfall, and then it just works. And what's really cool is all I have to do is, well, like, move it, and it immediately moves. Now I'm gonna send Ham, our shotgun boy, all the way over here, and we're gonna place a drill right on that resource node. All the while, our drill is just casually hanging out here, and we got another orb. Ooh, a small pulse drilling. And it damages enemies, so basically we get more resources. I like that. We still have a few turrets available to us, and I'm thinking right here is a pretty good spot to kind of create our choke point defense. So we'll build another drill right there, and we'll call in our turrets, which is a big cannon and then a short-range shotgun. Oh, that's interesting. That thing is nasty. This turret thing was completely decimating us. So I think we need to reach out and touch somebody with ballistic. So we're gonna get this sniper turret, and I'm hoping, oh yeah, okay, that's gonna be able to give us what we need to kill this turret over there because it's in its range of influence. Revolutionary technology allows drills to extract more epli. I mean, I want a sniper turret, but I also just like more resources. Shotgun turret, are you doing your job? Oh, it's a dang turret again. That's interesting. How did this thing pop up here, this jumpers? All right, well, this guy's idle. We're gonna bring him up to the front. And sniper turrets are absolutely essential on this map. So he should be able to start firing away at this guy, and then I can pull my two turrets up here. And I can call it another drill. We only have so many drills available. What I love is when I hit that little like common orb, it like explodes around it and kills all the enemies. So we'll move the shotgun turret over there. We've got two snipers and a cannon in the middle here. And I'd say overall, I think we're doing a pretty good job. This is a really, really fun take on sort of like tower defense and real-time strategy that I'm really enjoying. There's a lot of dialogue going on the side here, but I don't have time for that. I'm fighting Xenos. Now, we could upgrade the shotgun, but I'm really relying on the snipers this round. Oh, this guy's big. There we go. Absolutely crushed him. All right. Once we take this ball thrower, we'll be able to move up our towers here. Yeah, they're mad. They're mad. They don't like that we're harvesting their resources, okay? And boom! All right, so the mobile nuke hasn't started taking damage, but rejuvenating radiation seems interesting. Go from a grenade to a grenade launcher. That'll probably increase his range, and you can see him firing grenades already. And these things are spitters, okay. What's also really cool is, I haven't showed this yet, you see those machine gun rounds coming from sort of like off screen? Basically, like, we have a ship in orbit, and if you look in the bottom right, we have this sky gun, which is really, really cool. All right, let's get a drill down here. How are things looking? Pretty good. Is he not producing troops anymore? Can I move him? Oh my gosh, it's a solar printer. I've got to figure out how this thing works. What if I put it Oh man, we are absolutely in for it right here. Let's get this. Okay, what do we need? A minigun turret is one you haven't seen yet, so let's pop it down here. It's pretty good. It's sort of like the medium range turret specialist, right? The issue here is we're not printing any more troops. The cannon turret's almost destroyed, and our drills are pumping and getting out of here. Okay, we've got this. I could get 2 minigun turrets, or 2 shotgun turrets, or 2 sniper turrets. I wish I could take one of each. We'll take miniguns now, just because there's just so many enemies popping up. All right, so at this point, you can see the enemy maw right here. That's all we have to get to. If we had been a little bit better, it's called a soldier printer, but it's not printing. So I guess he can be sort of used. Oh, wait a minute. He's starting to print now. I think it's because we're near a resource node, potentially, and this one ran out. I think that's the case. So now look at this. We're starting to push the enemy back because we have some melee troops. So now what we need to do is support them by sort of microing up our towers to the front. And that means we can move the mobile nuke as well. Uh-oh. Sniper turrets, deal with this tower, please. Please deal with it. They're really, really damaging. Incredibly damaging. Here we go. An orb, and I could get another hero by the name of Rain. Heroes are really, really good, so let's go ahead and bring out another one. And I think this one, okay, he's a sniper, so he'll actually be pretty good. And remember that we have our sky gun still. Oh, here we go. I could focus down some of these turrets. Man, they're incredibly strong. I only took it down to like maybe 30% health. There we go, it's dead. That one's dead. All the other ones are dead. Can I destroy? Oh, and I can destroy these rocks, which is kind of cool. Call it another drill, call it another drill, call it another drill. Move everything to the front. I don't really have any medium range firing on that side, but slowly and surely, we're gonna get to the front. Well, what's the first ugliest thing you've ever seen? Here we go, here we go, here we go. What do we got? Only one. I think at this point, since we're so close, shotgun turrets are gonna be the best bang for your buck. And is this guy printing anymore? What if I put him over here? Oh, you know what? I think it's this like purpley stuff. He's able to generate stuff out of the purple stuff, which is that like the blood of our enemies? Is that what's doing it? So at this point, I say we go for it. Let's send in the mobile nuke to the maw. There we go, nicely done. All right, we just lost the shotgun turret. Oh man, okay, this is actually probably a bad idea, but it is one that we're committed to now. Man, look at this. Oh my gosh, there are so many enemies popping up everywhere. Okay, that's probably part of the issue. All right, so the nuke has some health on itself. So all we gotta do is use the sky gun here to basically give it support, and boom, we nuked the enemy spawner. From there, things are not done. We kind of get to go to a planetary view, and as you can see, I've played for a little bit. I like this map. It's called La Hill. We're gonna have to protect the deep drill for 3 minutes. Now here we gotta kind of like choose our inventory, and I really like Ham. Oh, and we got a new turret, a rocket artillery, we'll take that. And we can use a carpet bomber instead of our sky gun. And then we can even do a little bit of building. All right, so basically I like to make landfall and immediately destroy some rocks to get in some builders. So this is our rocket artillery, and I hope he's firing. We'll get the 2 drills. We've got the deep drill going. And this rocket is really cool, but I don't think it's a very good early turret. But at least the rockets sort of seek on the enemy. I also don't have the sky gun, but I do have this like bomber. Okay, so we can do pulse drilling. We need 2 minigun turrets immediately, like as fast as we can, just to basically hold the line. I think that should hold us out for a little bit, but as you can see, the enemy is basically danger close. We're almost here, about to get our second orb as we're 57 out of 66. And there it is, and we need whatever gets us the most stuff, well, which unfortunately is just another singular turret. But we're holding on. So here we go, the carpet bombing is going. Look at that aircraft. That is pretty freaking sweet. Okay, that might be better than the sky gun when properly used. And as you can see, basically to get the next orb, you have to get more and more. It sort of incrementally goes up. And I like, you know what? We're going with cannons, baby. There we go. So the cannons will kind of fill the place behind the turrets. And they're able to do like pretty good. But as you can see, like if you're a big fan of wave defense or sort of tower defense or RTS, or dare I say, a little combination of all that. Ooh, double-barreled minigun? Okay. We want that. That's the first time I've ever seen that. We basically just went from 3 miniguns to 6. which seemed incredibly necessary given how dire our situation is. All right, we've got a bombing run now, and I did it here, and it basically just picks the center and just drops. Oh gosh, they kind of snuck in there. Ham, you're gonna have to go back and hold the backside here. We are up against it, my friend. They are billions, they are millions and trillions. Oh, that was perfectly placed. I don't want the sky gun. It's actually, I mean, the sky gun's great. We'll take this, and I'll put a shotgun turret right here. That should hold it. And we're gonna call a bombing on right on this, because like, look how close they are. Boom, 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 boom! Come on, boys, hold the line. Mission success. Now, what we want to do is get towards the trench. That's our objective. But what's kind of cool is we can go to our station, we can purchase upgrades, we can purchase tower upgrades and new towers like howitzers, rocket artillery, ray turrets, soldier printers. We've got our hangar here, and we have an abundance of fuel. So at this point, let's go ahead and upgrade our sky gun. That was 200. That was basically all of our marbles. And then the bomber, we can increase its bombing radius. We're woefully low on carbon steel. So we go back to the planet view and proceed. We just upgraded the sky gun, and let's take our sniper range. So what do we got? Oh, this is kind of cool. We have an excavator. I really like this. Like, there's so many like interesting little mini games going on. All right, so over there is where the enemies are coming from. Let's go ahead and pop in a minigun right here. And these two, our sniper rain and our minigun tower, are gonna be focusing on holding the line, while the excavator is literally going to just start, well, excavating and mining, I guess, whatever material this is. So Rain is doing the dang thing up there, really holding down the line, and we're just slowly but surely generating resources. We don't have any active drills like we have in the past maps, but every time we collect this, you can really start snowballing. So let's go ahead and click that, and Rain completely enters stealth. That's cool, but we need more guns for now. Hopefully I get that option again later, and hopefully I get the option to like upgrade my miniguns. So at this point, we'll take the two snipers, and I think, oh snap, hold on. All right, we popped a new orb, and that was actually perfect timing. I wasn't expecting the enemies to come in over here, but they did. So I think what we could do is actually use some shotguns, and we'll hold here as well, since they're narrow choke points, and we'll go towards this node over here. Yeah, that was interesting, huh? So we've got our sky guns still, but basically like all of the maps and missions are relatively quickish. You can have a lot of fun in like 5 to 10 minutes, or you could just play for literal hours like I have. But our objective is to mine 582 and protect the extractor, or the excavator rather. Here's our sky gun. Love it. I feel like I'm using an AC-130 gunship. Now these guys are really easy to kill and dispatch. These ones on the other hand are a little harder. So whatever these like spider things coming out of this like weird smog. Oh, that's a lot of them. So do we want a stealth operative, or do we want a sniper rifle or a minigun? I'd just rather have more firepower than keep my one guy who's a sniper who should be safe. Oh man, look at this. This is wild. These little spiders like to swarm. Now I think once the excavator gets over here, there's an orb. Let's do rotating barrels for 25% fire rate. That sounds good. Faster excavation was an option we could have taken, and it sounded pretty attractive. Oh wow, they're really getting in close over here. The sky gun absolutely decimates these enemy types, trying to creep around. Oh look, they tried to get through these rocks. Did I just find like a pathfinding issue? That's interesting. So we're at 562 out of 582, which is perfectly timed because this planet is untenable. We need to get out of here. We're gonna make it back to base and check in on our resources. Now, with our green resource, turkey jerky, which we do have in abundance, we can upgrade our heroes. So range is great. Health, we don't want that. We want damage output, not damage tolerance. Minigun turret fire rate, you bet. The one thing I need to figure out is how to produce more carbon steel. I guess if we save up on power cells, we could add another floor and see if we can't start producing carbon steel. But we're very close. So here's another fun one. We get to control a mech. So basically, I sort of just WASD around, and I have to get to these drop zones, right? So let's go ahead and drop our hero, and then drop a minigun turret, because we're gonna have a new enemy type, these snakes coming in from above, right? So I can basically do my job of shooting them, but what I need to do is get these orbs over here. The issue is we've got enemy turrets rolling giant balls of death at me. So I think upgrading the mech range is gonna be really good, but at the same time, look at how many snakes there are. We'll take the cannon turrets. And we basically gotta like, oh, those things are faster than I can move. The next time we can upgrade our movement speed, I think we need to take it. Why am I shooting the crystal? I do not want to shoot the crystal. I do want to shoot the crystal, right? All right, we got a mech. Mech movement speed seems to be necessary. I run up to this giant globule of clearly valuable material. I pop a chain to it, and then I run the other way. There are snakes trying to creep around. All right, so we'll get over here. We get close to the hole. The valuable material goes in the hole, and we go and get a new upgrade. So let's just take 2 more turrets. And I'm just gonna keep shooting these crystals to get a lot of upgrades real quick. And I've got 2 upgrade balls out here. The line is holding. Next orb will be of higher quality. Let's take that. I actually haven't seen that in my couple hours of playing. Oh, this thing looks pretty beefy. A beetle, huh? Luckily he can't shoot at me. Oh, 4 fighter drones or fire. Dude, I mean, this one's blue, so we're gonna take that. Because I think that's like the rare thing that we just unlocked. And look at that, they're like these little fighter aircraft. So they'll hover around me and basically give me added protection. Oh, there we go, we'll take that upgrade, thank you. And increased piercing, double miniguns. We'll take the increased fire rate on our mech. Our mech is really what needs to survive. Everything else is largely expendable. All right, so where are we going? Whoa, those things are scary. All right, there it is. There's the resource. I wanted to kill this thing. There it is. He's dead. That's fantastic. And this is the 3rd out of 3. I'd say my one criticism of this game is that I sort of wish they had like a sandbox or scenario where I could play like in an hour or 2 hour long battle instead of a shorter one. Because like, look at that. We've largely like been successful and completed our mission. Look at this. Now I'm on the hill and I'm just raining down fire from above. Uh-oh. Oh, and he can't, the little tower thing can't shoot up the cliff. That's cheeky. Oh man, the orb is down there. You think we can get it? We're gonna try. You better believe we're gonna try. These snakes don't like machine guns, man. All right, so at this point, we could do explosive stepper, which sounds fun, or artillery aid. Gain the support of nearby artillery battery. Yes. Fire the artillery. You may fire when ready. Boom. There it is. New meteors landed. These beetle things, man. They're slow but strong, and luckily they don't have ranged. All right, they're all dealt with. So at this point, I feel pretty safe to pursue the grabbage of the orb. But like, one of the strengths of the game is just like the sheer amount of different ways to sort of play the core recipe. It's really good. All right, so now we just got to defend the drop point for about 30 seconds, which should be pretty easily done. Like, I don't even know if these beetle guys there are going to get here in time. Plus, we still have the artillery going, which is awesome. All right, maybe the 1st and 2nd one are going to get here. Oh, look at the artillery going. All right, I guess, oh, defend the point. I have to be in the circle? Well, that was a waste of time. And here we go. The drop ship is showing up. It kind of looks like a bird. We'll get on it and we will get out of here. We killed 10,912 snakes. So if you don't like snakes, give the video a like. So, mission is simple. Protect the deep drill, survive for 3 minutes, and we're gonna be dealing with primarily maggot enemies. Okay, that's not ideal, is it? No, this is not ideal. Well, these maggots they don't immediately die. We need it. Oh, and now we got these ulks, which have, oh, this is not good. Do we not have a hero? I guess the answer is clearly no. All right, this first orb is gonna be critical. Can we survive? 2 shotgun turrets? Yes, we can survive. With the shotgun turrets, I think we've just barely been able to save ourselves. Oh yeah, I have the sky gun. The sky gun is now out of money, out of bullets. And another orb, which is gonna give us another minigun turret. That's exactly what I need right here. We're halfway through. I mean, this one's pretty intense. Not having a hero, I think that's like an error on my part in sort of like the pre-mission loadout. I wanted to get this rock to get another drill, but honestly, now I look at it, we wouldn't have been able to defend it. So this drill is getting this yellow stuff, right? Which gives me more of the orbs. I don't think it really gives me a resource to use back home. Ooh, 3 miniguns, yeah. There we go. With those additional turrets, I think we're pretty good. And I'm gonna try to destroy this rock. If I put a drill there, what happens? I don't know, I mean, it's gonna die, right? Look at all the enemies just swarming to it. Now, the indirect effect is that all these enemies are gonna now rush this side, so I need to be ready for them. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Well, we can call in a a drill to distract them. And let's get another minigun. Wow, I almost lost that minigun turret. So we had to spend on the drill, but I'd say that worked. Now we only have 10 seconds left, so as long as we withstand this massive onslaught, which we should be able to do with a little bit of help from the sky gun, mission success. So relative to 10,000 snakes, this one was just about 4,000. And we made it to the trench. There we go. So we have produced a little bit of carbon steel, and we can unlock a wall, or what's really cool, a flamer turret. Let's do the flamer turret. More turrets, the better. So let's not forget our hero. We're gonna get a sniper. This shows the enemy types you're gonna be dealing with. I did not purchase the wall. I'm pretty sure I purchased a flamer. So with the sniper, we don't need a sniper turret as much as we'll need, you know, minigun turret. Now you can't select more here, but you can go to the build menu, and since we've got 35, I could get the flamer turret since that's the new one. This is interesting. All right, so we've got infected spiders. These are the easy ones. We'll get both drills set up, and then we'll set up our front lines right around here. So we only have to survive for 4 minutes. Once again, pretty quick missions, and I feel like these wave defense, like I want to defend these things for like an hour. You know what I mean? Hey, the flamer turret. That's awesome. Okay. He's got a very, very short range, so we'll want to put him up front, and let's see this thing in action. Basically just roasting the enemies. Supported by the minigun and the sniper. So these are infected spider. What does that mean? Like they got like a zombie plague or something? Here's the water drill. Wonder what like we're doing with water. Minefield reinforcement? Drop pods of minefield on impact, dropping 75 mines. That just sounds cool. Where's my minefield? Guys, I'm waiting for my minefield. That's interesting. I don't see mines anywhere. Okay, well that stinks. The flamer turret is awesome. We could get 2 of them? Absolutely. I think the closer they are together, the better. Because they'll just like be able to support each other. Listen, I asked for a minefield and I didn't get one. Oh, never mind. They are everywhere. When did that happen? I guess when I popped in these turrets? So I guess we could pull them back a little bit and use the mines. They call them a mine. Oh, all those deep, 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 deep. Okay, the mines are cool. All right, we got some big boys. So cannon turrets will be pretty good at supporting, being able to do heavy piercing to hard targets like that. That, and then once the enemy, oh, we got boomlings, banelings, explodes on death. Okay, yeah, you can see them like exploding with these little green explosions everywhere when they die. I hope they do damage to those around them, because that'd be pretty ideal. So at this point, I don't think the fire turrets are the best at dealing with boomlings. Cannon turret damage increase. Yeah, let's do that. We've got 2 of them, and we've got pretty heavy armored enemies here. So I think at this point, I'll use my sky gun primarily to snipe banelings. I mean, boomlings. Uh-oh, that guy was getting in. Gonna have to move everybody up just a little bit. Wow, these things are up close and destroying us, man. Give me something good. Another flame turret would be really good over here. Oh yeah, okay, whenever I bring in a new turret, that's when the mines come. Oh wow. Okay, so these are these weird little pods I think I have to kill. There's a giant salamander thing. All right, these things are not nice. There we go. We don't have anything in range. Oh my gosh, dude, this is kind of nuts. I have to survive for 14 seconds, but like, these enemies are getting real tough, man. All right, what do we got? Cannonball barrage, absolutely. Make my cannons even more powerful, please. 5 seconds. We can make it. We can do it. I mean, technically, we could do full-on retreat. Uh-oh. The water's red? Oh, Roro just turned into Kerrigan, guys. Oh, wow. There she is. Okay. Dude, she got infected. You know what that means, right? You guys know. So they have this thing called the Embrace, which basically turns you sort of into an android, I think. And at this point now, the next mission is all the way over here to Red Dawn. But to get there, we have to go through a lot. But before I do that, I need to find a way to get more power cells so that I can purchase another floor and unlock more production. But this is Idun Frontline Survival. If you want to see more, pull the trigger on the like button and let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.